Hey, you look like you're gonna tell us a scary story.
You look like
Once
a
upon a
hostage
time.
video. Who has you? Hold up a newspaper so that we know you're still alive. We need proof of life. We need proof of life. I'm here with Snippins, Gil, Lishy, and today we're talking Gil's move to South Carolina with friends who love to give each other the business.
Oh man, so what's the topic?
Because you came, I was gonna Lishy. Tell us everything about your South Kakalaki move.
How's everything? Let me see. I'm living in a garage, and that's it.
That's it.
Boy,
You are a
that
realtor, Buddy Pals? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not officially a realtor because I didn't pay the realtor fee yet. So I'm just an agent or a salesperson.
Well, we're going to talk about your move to South Kakalaki and your new situation, but you just did it in one sentence.
I know. That's the way I ruin everything.
It's very mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I moved. Whoop-de-doo.
You haven't noticed any like cultural differences or anything?
Yeah.
They're slow. Like they move slow.
Oh.
It's the place of the most car deaths. So I guess they can't drive.
I have noticed that here in Michigan, if you try to cross the street, people speed up.
Yeah. It's you.
Because I have a cane?
That's just you. Yeah.
That's because I'm disabled?
We got our stuff stolen. Did I tell you all that? I mean, that's interesting, right?
You said the movers.
Right. They stole half of our stuff.
Did they steal it or lose it?
Well, they stole it. They held it hostage. They missed the month that they had to deliver the stuff. The police found half of the load in Missouri, so I went down to get it myself. And then the guys called us and were like all pissed off. We're like, why'd you finish the job yourself? Now you ruined everything. And then we're like, well, what were we supposed to do? And then they're like, we'll deliver the rest of your stuff for $11,000. And we're like, no, you can fuck off. Are we allowed to curse on the? You can fuck off. They were like, well, then you're not getting your stuff. So we never got our stuff. And nobody.
My house got burglarized. When I was a kid, our house got burglarized a few times, and it was never people holding it in a truck.
I thought you were going to say.
So do you get reimbursed for it? Or?
So what you do is you get reimbursed for some. They reimburse you as you buy replacement items, send them the receipt, and then they will reimburse you. We're slowly replacing some of the items.
Oh, that's awful.
Is this your homeowner's insurance?
Is it homeowners? I think so.
So do you have a still?
A still?
Are you making
in South Carolina, right?
Yes, moonshine. I do. It's got a thing with the
Copperhead Road, you and Steve Earle?
Yeah. In my community, there's a lot of drinking. Oh, I know what they do around here is they go to church.
Oh, yeah, they do have a lot of churches.
There's lots of churches. Like if you just start going up the road, it's like church.
They put signs up, like
Burger King, church.
Yeah. I think that's
lots of church.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost one church per person here.
If you see a sleeping kangaroo, do you guys push it over and then laugh?
No, but there's tons of roadkill. Like every day there's a new animal. And I mean deer with like 8 points. You know what I mean? Like big deer in the middle of the street. And today I saw two guys, it looked like just two randos, just pulling the deer off the side of the road. I was like, wow, they have like good roadside Samaritans here. So if you got ran over here, Ramon, you wouldn't lay in the middle of the street long. They'd push you right over.
That's good to know. Now, do you think they cook that delicious deer up, or are they just doing it as?
They don't. They leave it on the side, but I wonder why they don't eat it. That's mysterious.
Probably since the meat's been sitting out and being rancid.
I guess.
Put enough ketchup on it.
My dad used to make me transport moonshine for him.
What? Whoa, hang on. You buried the lead there.
Goes back
to a moonshine mule.
You can't just drop that and then just walk away. What are you talking about?
So every year,
Boney, that's called bluff. Bottom line up front. So that's good. Now we know where we need to go.
It's going to be a short story. I don't think it's worth that much to talk about.
Oh, just get on with it. We'll be the judge of that.
Relish.
My dad would get a large quantity of moonshine every year. He would put it in pickle jars and then put it in the trunk when I was old enough to drive and have me drive it around and deliver it.
Drive it around.
And he would call you Buford.
No, he called me much worse names than that.
So what kind of car did he transport this stuff in?
I think it was a
sedan or a pickup truck, or
I think it was a Nissan Sentra.
was it like all souped up like those movies from the 60s, Junior Johnson?
I don't think I've ever seen a souped up Nissan Sentra. It was a non-assuming Nissan Sentra from the.
And did he play like Foggy Mountain Breakdown whenever you were driving around?
I don't know what he did. He sent me on my own.
So wait,
Oh,
he didn't actually manufacture the moonshine. He just got it.
Yeah, he was just distributing it, I guess.
what state is this in?
Ohio.
Okay, well, Ohio is pretty country. Like Ohio has a lot of cities, but it also has a lot of rural, bucolic
Well, we're like
flavor
right
to
over
it,
the
like
river.
California. So you're a Hamiltonian.
A Hamiltonian is someone who lives in Hamilton.
Yeah, but that's right across the river from Cincinnati, right?
I live in Cincinnati.
Westchester or Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
He would have the moonshiner in Kentucky apparently cook it
Mm-hmm.
up nice, and then drive it over and then give it to him, and then you would sell it to
I didn't sell it. I just dropped it off.
So walk us through. You drive up in your 1983 Nissan Sentra. It's red. It's a 4-door. You're listening to "Ain't Nothing But a Good Time."
That's fine.
I think it was
You pull up.
here at the time.
Well, I guess I'm a little older. You're pulling up to a place. What does this place look like?
It's some person.
It's just a guy on the side of the road.
It's just a guy's apartment or house or whatever.
Okay, so you pull up to an apartment building in the city proper, or you're out. I'm trying to get the flavor for it, like a brownstone. Cincinnati has some pretty old neighborhoods.
Yeah, I mean, I live in an old house, but my neighborhood's old. But at the time, I would say it was slightly out, not quite the suburbs, but the shitty outside the city.
Is it the townships? Would you call it a township?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And
But do you remember? It's like you're pulling up to a 20-story high-rise project, or it's a little low-rise
like a
2-flat.
person's house.
A hamlet?
I don't know. They're just shitty neighborhoods.
So-
With little, like slab houses and stuff.
Yeah, like 2 stories,
Not even 2 stories.
like a bungalow. They would call those.
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
that's a fancy word for this shit house.
Right. So you pull up and you honk the horn, and he comes up and you hand it to him.
I would get out and open the trunk and get the lunch bag and hand it to him. Take it and go inside. I don't know. I didn't stick
Why
around.
don't you just buy alcohol? Couldn't they just buy alcohol?
This was like very
40s?
strong
Oh, I see.
moonshine.
You can't go blind if you drink Jack Daniels, but you can go blind from.
I just don't know why they didn't just go get some Everclear or something like that. Isn't that
Yeah. Because you're talking. This is the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you're listening to Slayer, then it's the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to Poison, it's the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to Skinner, it's the 70s.
Let me get a pen because I want to write all these. All really interesting. So Snippins, your
Mhm.
father has already a deal with these people.
Yes.
And he gave you addresses. Now, were they repeat customers? Did you get used to going to the same place?
No, because it was like a once a year thing. I would just drop it off. I didn't like do it all year round. I would just drop it off. And then I would go do what I wanted to do, which is usually smoke pot with my friends.
Smoke pot. Did you ever get any? So the guy that comes out to pick it up, is he a much older man? Like Boney?
Yeah, he's like my dad in a different meat suit. I don't know. He's just some
So
dude.
he's younger than Boney.
I don't
Boney's
know.
pretty old.
I think my dad was in his 40s then. I don't know.
Are these
It's weird
people,
to think about your parents younger than you.
Kinda, yeah. I remember my dad's 40th birthday.
Did you think he was old when that happened?
Yeah. I was like, that's fine. Yeah.
He's almost gone. He's gonna be dead soon.
Right. And it was another 40 years later. He's still busting my balls
Over here.
over here.
All right, so we got moonshine. We got some 40-something coming out to pick it up, and this is an annual thing, so it's probably like July 4th or Christmas Eve
Weird.
type thing.
It did seem like it was warm out.
Is July 4th a big moonshine extravaganza time?
I don't know. I just was like, I could, if I drop this shit off, I can disappear with the car. I may never come back. I don't know. So I would just do it and be gone. My dad did not care if I came home or not. I could be gone for a week and he wouldn't even notice.
Well,
What?
he would notice when it was time for you to deliver something, which apparently is only once a year. Now, was this only something he did? He wanted to make some extra money, or is this something?
I have no idea what his agreement was. My dad barely spoke to me. And when he did, he was usually calling me a profanity.
I had a dad like that. So
No, you don't.
no, you don't. When you did this, Snippets, and
Mm-hmm.
you were apparently a mule for the trade of the moonshines, did
Mm-hmm.
you have a banjo with you?
No.
Did you ever swing by the Piggly Wigglies and drop one of these off at a Piggly?
Mm, no.
I've never been.
They just closed the Piggly Wiggly over here.
Oh, I've never been to one. Oh my God, it's so
I know.
exciting.
I've never been into it either. It looks like they're all going away now for some other thing.
Amazon
But
Fresh.
Publix.
they do have a fireworks stand just opened up. Like,
Hmm.
they have these ones that they're in, looks like they're in like shipping containers.
Do you go to Publix or Food Lion?
Publix.
Okay.
Never been to any of these
You're
places.
highfalutin then.
Food Line looks weird, man. I mean, that doesn't look like, it looks like more like they're selling ships or something with the logo. It's
It is.
crazy.
Yeah.
They also have a place down here for some reason called Lidl, Lidl. It's like Swedish or something. I
Do you have an Ingles?
haven't seen one. They have a
Stores sell it.
Lizard's Thicket, which is a place to go get like Southern food.
Oh, okay. Is it a chain or is it just?
Yeah, it's like a chain down here. I mean, I've never seen it before, but
I've never seen it.
Where do they have fatbacks and pigs?
yeah, they got shit like that. I know you can get like collard greens and stuff like that.
Have you had the tea?
Sweet tea all day? It's
thick?
like really sweet.
It is very sweet.
Have you become the Southern gentleman that I knew what would happen when you went there?
Southern gentleman.
Doesn't
You
sound.
carry a cane with like a wolf's head on
Yeah,
it. made of
and
silver.
I'm always dabbing my sweat. I'm always like, oh.
You have a handkerchief?
I don't know. I guess maybe it would be like that in Charleston, but the rest of the place is just,
Well, you live in a city, don't you?
no.
Oh.
I live in like a suburb, but
Mhm.
it used to be country.
Okay.
But now they're just building shit. There's a bunch of dilapidated houses, like, scattered around the road with the roadkill. It's like roadkill and dilapidated houses.
It's like as soon as you go 2 miles from your house, it's like The Last of Us.
The last, totally. Then, like 2 days later, there'll be a brand new fucking storage facility or something. You're like, holy shit!
Have you found yourself declaring anything? Like
I do declare, you'd have to down here. I mean, you you have to declare. I do declare. Oh.
when you go outside, Gil, is it mostly like rural?
It looks like a regular suburb. Like I live in like a little community, it looks normal. My neighbors are normal. Everybody's normal. I'm in like a bit of a bubble. If I were to go outside this built up area, it would start to be roads with no lights or anything on it. And just, like I told you, giant deer every day in the middle of the street every day.
So I have tallied our votes, and feel free to write in the comments section who you think is never right in this episode.
When does the podcast start?
It's already started.
Oh,
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want more content from the Never Right podcast.